ਸਤਿ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ। ਜਸ ਟੀਵੀ ਦੇਖ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ। ਮੈਂ ਸਤਵਿੰਦਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਰੰਧਾਵਾ ਨਾਰਥ ਅਮਰੀਕਨ ਨਿਊਜ਼ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਸਵਾਗਤ ਹੈ। ਵਾਸ਼ਿੰਗਟਨ ਡੀਸੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੱਕ ਵਿਸ਼ੇਸ਼ ਐਲੂਮਨੀ ਕੌਨਕਲੇਵ ਦਾ ਆਯੋਜਨ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ। ਇਸ ਵਕਾਰੀ ਸਮਾਗਮ ਦਾ ਮੁੱਖ ਵਿਸ਼ਾ ਸ਼ੇਪਿੰਗ ਦ ਗਲੋਬਲ ਫਿਊਚਰ ਰੱਖਿਆ ਗਿਆ। ਨਵੀਆਂ ਤਕਨੀਕਾਂ ਤੇ ਆਰਟੀਫੀਸ਼ੀਅਲ ਇੰਟੈਲੀਜੈਂਸ ਦੇ ਪ੍ਰਭਾਵਾਂ ਤੇ ਚਰਚਾ ਕੀਤੀ ਗਈ। ਗਲੋਬਲ ਲੀਡਰਸ ਦੁਆਰਾ ਭਵਿੱਖ ਦੀਆਂ ਚੁਣੌਤੀਆਂ ਨਾਲ ਨਜਿੱਠਣ ਦੇ ਗੁਰ ਦਿੱਤੇ ਗਏ। ਸਮਾਜਿਕ ਤੇ ਆਰਥਿਕ ਖੇਤਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਪ੍ਰਭਾਵਸ਼ਾਲੀ ਬਦਲਾਅ ਲਿਆਉਣ ਦੀ ਰਣਨੀਤੀ ਤੇ ਚਰਚਾ ਕੀਤੀ ਗਈ। ਇਸ ਸਮਾਗਮ ਵਿੱਚ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਭਰ ਦੀਆਂ ਪ੍ਰਮੁੱਖ ਸੰਸਥਾਵਾਂ ਦੇ ਸਾਬਕਾ ਵਿਦਿਆਰਥੀ, ਸੀਈਓਜ਼ ਅਤੇ ਨੀਤੀ ਘਾੜੇ ਸ਼ਾਮਲ ਹੋਏ।
And my topic of dissertation was to graduate, is India the next superpower? And I'll give one anecdote only because he gave a brilliant answer between the tie-up of economy and military. The findings which we had, you need three things: soft power, economic power and military power. And when I was doing my research, I found a Chinese author who related to quadrillion, that how they're related. I was trying to see, is there a mathematical equation, being an engineer. So what Kautilya says, when a king was asked by one of his lieutenant, right-hand man, which king is most successful? He said, jiski praja sukhi hai. So praja kiski sukhi hai? Sorry, I should get Hindi. Kiski praja sukhi hai? Jis country ke border secure hai. ये border किसके secure है? जिसकी फौज बड़ी strong है. किसकी फौज strong है? The last answer was जिसकी ट्रेजरी में पैसा है. किसकी ट्रेजरी में पैसा है? जिसकी इकोनॉमी अच्छी है. So now, relating to what you said, I agree with him. It takes some time, but my dissertation when it ended was, that's 2 decades ago. If the economic power rises faster than military, not reverse, you're investing more in economy, your military will become stronger, you can become a very strong nation.
And it's wonderful to have this audience. It just makes me feel proud that we have so many Indians doing, I mean, it should not be a surprise, but I'm really happy to see you all kind of being so much successful.
My philosophy of wellness is not just the absence of disease. It is the state of complete vitality when you physically, mentally and emotionally feel good in every aspect of your life.
First and foremost, wellness for me, I would say wellness is easier than illness. Wellness is also cheaper than illness. And wellness is exactly what Dr. Ranjana said, that it's not just the lack of illness, it's how you feel every day, how your mental clarity is, how your emotional stability is. Everything is a combination of how well you are. We are talking about health span versus lifespan. So it's not important how long you live, but it's very important how well you live your life. When you think about your marginal decade, your life in 70s and 80s, you should be looking at something that I should be able to do all the things that gives me joy and pleasure. That for me is wellness. Basically having a control of your life in your second innings and live life on your own terms. And my message to women is simple: do not normalize the suffering and endurance. Get the knowledge, get awareness, and just reclaim your life. Just say to no. When people say that this is just part of suffering, just say no to the status quo and challenge it and feel better for the rest of your life.
I haven't always taught executive presence, image, and style. I started my career in sales and marketing. I worked in that field for about 20 years. I worked for some small companies, some tech startups, Fortune 500 companies. My last position was at AOL. I was actually with one of the very first internet startups in the 90s that AOL acquired. I think you could actually walk to our old AOL buildings from here. There was a time, y'all are younger than I am, but there was a time when you walk into a room and you say you're a VP at AOL, and it actually had cachet. Now it's just kind of old-fashioned, isn't it? So the reason I tell you this is because I know that world. I know technical environments. I know corporate pressure. I know what it feels like to have to walk into a room and have people take your point of view seriously.